So do you have any insights that you've gleaned and learned from the Go-Giver principles and philosophies that you've seen have been effective in helping you drive more book sales besides just the title? But are there things that you've learned about getting that like an initial set of fans and friends behind books based on those principles?
To the degree you can, build your network before you want to launch a book.
Yep.
And I don't think there's any shortcuts. I don't think you can. Somebody said you can't growth hack genuine relationships. You go out there and you build them. And if you can get a really good online following, and by the way, have a blog or podcast or put out videos and other information and build a fan base around that. That's the best thing you can do. And of course, a lot of that material you can repurpose for your book. And so once you have this ready, now you can start connecting with people in your network, letting them know about this new book and who would like to be involved in helping get the word out. You'll have a lot of people who, because they know and trust you, they love your materials, and you'll be able to do that. And I think a launch important in terms of it can really get I don't think it is what it used to be. It used to be, first it was really, you could think there's so much going on out there now that it's still a good thing. Do it as opposed to not do it. But I don't think the success of your book is going to hinge upon the launch.
Yeah.
I think that's where continuing to steadily promote. And I've been doing interviews on the Go-Giver now for however 14 years now or whatever that's been out.
Yeah.
And of course, when we have another book out, I do a lot of interviews on that but it always comes back to, since the Go-Giver is the one that kind of starts everything and brings people to the website, which gets them involved with us, which ends up, I continue to do 2 of them a day.
Wow.
So and I have a Go-Giver podcast. I have a blog. I put out lots of information, lots of content on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook. And so we're always out there getting the word out there and doing it steadily and consistently. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
I think that's the key. And excuse me, go ahead.
I agree. I tell people all the time, your book launch is a 365-day launch, at least. Like that's the launch for the beginning of it. And I think people can overweight like day 1, day 2, but to your point, it's consistency and reliability, just like sales, right? Like you do the work every day, you continue principles behind it. It certainly works, which is, I think in particular, as noisy as the world has gotten here, one day won't last very long, but a year will.
Yeah, exactly. And and I would say, don't be attached to that one big interview. It used to be the big thing was if you could get on the Oprah Winfrey show back in the day, you could sell 50,000, 75,000 books. And sure, if you can get on Ellen, or if you can get on, but that's typically not going to happen. So don't bet on it, and don't be attached to having to get on that. Typically, if that's going to happen, it's going to be because someone brought your book to them, or But what you do instead is, so instead of the home runs, go after the singles. Just get on every podcast you can. Obviously, you want the ones where your market is, but within reason, just go on, do everything you can to get out there and promote it. No one person is probably going to make this book the bestseller, though it could happen, but don't be attached to it happening. Just go out and do your job, do the work. And then if it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen.